Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to my live. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. Once you hop into the broadcast, go ahead and leave your name in the comments so I know who is watching. I'm going to go ahead and share this video to my group. If you want to hold on just a moment while I share that. Let's copy the link. Oops. I can figure out how to do it from here. There we go. Copy. How is everyone doing this evening? There we go. Hey, Mr. Jason from Rochester, Minnesota. Miss you, love you, wish you were here. Okay, did I get that shared? Let's see. I may have just posted it more than once. Oh, Jason, are you on both pages? Oops, I did share it twice. Let's delete one of those. Okay. Okie doke. How is everybody doing this evening? Let me get organized here a little bit. Again, my name is Robin. I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and we're going to be doing a project with some Couture products this evening. I am an independent designer with Couture. I've got all sorts of pop-ups going on. So we're going to be making some teacher gifts this evening using the Back to School Minis transfer. This is a size B transfer. And then we're going to be making some can coolers with some ink. And then I'm going to finish a project that I started with you all the other day. Do you remember when I was making pencils out of our house? These are our house cutouts. They're about 5 by 7. You can get them in a package of 2. So what I did is I just took some, we'll do it in the overhead shot. I took some jumbo craft sticks or tongue depressors, and I cut at this end to make it straight, and then I just glued them onto the house cutout so that the natural edge of the tongue depressor kind of makes it look like the edge of a sharpened pencil. And then I just taped off my areas, and I used some craft paint, but you can also use watered down chalk paste, and I painted it. And tonight we're just going to add a little tag using the minis so I can get this finished up. And then we'll also use the minis on those can coolers. But I'm going to grab some of my black chalk paste. If you're new here, I want to let you know that these silkscreen transfers are reusable about 8 to 12 times. They are sticky back, and so they stick to your surface. Where you see this clear part is the silkscreen. So if I were to cut this out with vinyl, this heart would be loose. You'd run the risk of losing it. But with the silkscreen, all of those negative pieces or inside pieces stay put. And I'm going to write the name of this transfer on the back of this carrier sheet so that I know what transfer this carrier sheet goes to, and also what side of the backer sheet to put my transfers on. There is a matte side, and there's also a kind of a shiny side. You can kind of see that in the video. So that way I know that this is indeed the back of the carrier sheet. So I made the second pencil the other night, and we used the apple. So tonight we're going to put Best Teacher Ever on this transfer, or on this tag. And let me see. Yep, I've cut all these apart. And where you see these white lines, those are cut apart lines, and I have gone ahead and I've cut those apart. So some of our transfers have those, some don't. And then I'm just going to I'm going to wax my tag. Because it is wood grain, I don't want my transfer to pull up any of the fibers. And I'm also want to seal off any imperfections that may be in the wood. So I'm using our surface wax. And I'm just going to put a light layer down. Make sure you, if you would please, if you would heart the video, and if you would share it to your own profile, that would be great. Show me some love. So I'm just buffing that in. And I just used cut up old Holy t-shirts. Those work best. Okay, so I'm going to place my transfer on this tag. I'm actually going to go ahead and cut this twine off because I don't need it. So what everyone have for dinner this evening? Tell me something yummy. We made enchilada meatballs, although I did it the lazy way. I just used frozen meatballs and some enchilada sauce. And then we had some Spanish rice to go along with it. It was tasty. So I'm just rubbing this down, making sure I don't have any air bubbles in the silk screen. Let's get a, oops, I am loud. I have not cleaned squeegees. They're all in the other room at my utility sink. Okay, so I'm just going to open my black velvet chalk paste. That is a little dry. This is the old formula of chalk paste, so it does, because it is a natural chalk-based product, it does dry up. But if you add a little bit of distilled water, it should reconstitute itself. There is a new formula that is not supposed to dry out, and you'll be able to tell, well, when you buy any chalk paste product from here on out, it will be the new formula. And it will also have this teal sticker on the top that says creamy, dreamy new formula. But this is still the old formula. I have a ton of paste that I don't want to waste. So we're just going to add some distilled water and reconstitute it a little bit. This might need a lot more water. When you hop on, let me know that you're here by saying hi in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from. Hope everyone's had a great Tuesday so far. Can't believe tomorrow's already Wednesday. Okay, I'll try that. I don't need a whole lot. Still a little lumpy, but it looks a little bit like caviar, but I think it'll still work. So I'm just dipping my squeegee in the chalk paste. I'm just getting a little bit on my squeegee, and then I'm just going to drag it across the transfer like I'm buttering a piece of bread or a piece of toast. I'm just going to put the excess back in the jar, and then I'm going to smooth out all my lines. Wish I could do that to my face, smooth out all my lines and wrinkles. Wouldn't that be amazing? Hi, Joy. How are you? Thanks for hopping on. We are just finishing up I made these are our house cutouts, and I just added tongue depressors to the top surface of the pencil to make, or to the house cutout to make it look like a pencil. And now we're just adding this cute little tag. So I'm going to peel off my transfer, and I am left with the design. So it says best teacher ever. And so since these are reusable, I'm just going to lay it over here on a towel, and I'm just going to spray it down just to keep that chalk paste from drying. And then I will take it to my utility sink when I'm done, and I will clean it, and then I'll let it air dry and put it back on the backer sheet. Oops. Just plug in my dryer. Joy, how have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. I'm just going to dry this real quick. So Joy, are you off for the summer? You getting ready to go back to, you getting ready to have a passel of kids again, or do you still have kiddos in the summer? Good. I think that's pretty dry. So I'm just going to take some twine. Well, I have embroidery floss here, and then I have my pink and my yellow twine that matches the pencil. You're never off. I know that feeling. Okay, so I'm just going to wrap my twine around this pencil. Snag some scissors. So I'm just going to tie a knot. And hold that down with my finger. And so then I'm going to take my tag, and I'm going to put one end of the twine through and hopefully catch all three. And then I'm going to take my twine again, and I'm going to make my little bow. So I leave the tail. And then I'm just going to make some loops back and forth. And make even loops. We'll do 3. And then I'm going to make a tail on the other side. I don't know if you can see what I've done. I've just kind of looped them back and forth. And I'm going to lay that bow on my tails up here and tie it really tight. And there we have our best teacher ever pencil. So there you go. So we finished that one from the other day. So that's ready to give your teacher on the first day of school. And so now we're going to transition over to these can coolers. And actually, I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean the transfer, because I may want to reuse this transfer. So I'm going to bring my little transfer back over here. This is what we just did. I'm just going to take a wet wipe, like a Lysol or Clorox. You don't want to use baby wipes because those sometimes will have oils in them, and then that will mess with the sticky of your transfer. Ooey gooey, because they're at the bottom of the barrel. So I'm just going to take my wet wipe, and I'm just going to wipe off all of that paste. And I'm just going to wipe the back. I got it good. And I'm just going to leave it sticky side up over here to dry until it's ready, until we're ready to use it. Because I'll definitely want to use that one again. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to dry my hands. And I forgot one thing. I'm going to grab a little sticky mat. Okay, I think this will work. I'm going to make it work. This is actually the sticky mat to my Silhouette Cameo that I cut down to fit in my portrait machine. That then I realized would make a great sticky mat for these can coolers because it will fit right inside. So I'm going to peel off. It is sticky, so what I'm going to do is put it on the inside of my can cooler. Actually, let's see if I can jam that down in there. And this way it will keep my can cooler in place a little easier, better while I ink it. And keep it from shifting around. There. Okay, so I'm going to grab this apple and we're just going to place it on the can cooler. And I have my red candy apple red ink. I have a mess. And then I'm going to grab the green. Hopefully without. So I'm going to open the ink, and this is this is Heat Set Permanent Fabric ink. And I'm just going to get a little bit on my little miniature multi-tool squeegee. Make sure that's good and pressed down. And I'm just going to ink this. So I'm just lightly running my squeegee along the silk screen. I don't want to press too hard because then I might actually press ink underneath it. I'm not going to worry about doing that stem a different color because that could get a little tricky. And then once I'm done with these can coolers and I've inked them and the ink is dried overnight, I can heat set it with an iron, being careful not to melt the neoprene material. It's kind of that rubbery material. Got a few spots. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my green, my meadow. I think that's, yep. And I'm going to use the very small end of this squeegee. Must have had some on my finger. And I'm just going to ink the leaf. Okay. So then we're just going to peel it off. And we are left with our design. Although I do have a little bit right up there. Let's see if we can get that off. And it is kind of sinking in. It's absorbing into the material, but I think it'll work great. We'll see what it looks like when it's dry. So I'm just going to I'm going to blow dry that one before I move it. See if we can get it dry enough to where I can move it without disturbing it. That's pretty good. These are definitely going to have to dry overnight. So I'm just going to remove that from the sticky mat. I'm going to leave that over here to dry. So then we'll grab another one. Shove that in there. Stick that down. And I think to honor our school bus drivers, we'll do the bus. But you know, you can't forget about your school bus drivers. And I'm not going to fuzz this because I'm using it on fabric. I want it to stick as much as possible. So I'm going to grab my bumblebee. Try to not make such a mess. I'm going to grab another multi-tool. I think I'll grab a skinny squeegee. And I'm just going to lightly apply this to the transfer. I think I'm going to try to do more. That way I don't have to do as many swipes. Let that soak in a little bit. And the joy with ink is that I can just kind of let it sit here and soak in because it won't dry in the silk screen like the chalk paste does. I'm going to go over it with another good amount again, just because it seems to be absorbing into this fabric. Okay, let's peel that one up, and I'm going to peel it slowly. And there's the bus. It turned out really cute. So I'm going to dry that one. So, Mr. Jason, what'd you eat for dinner? Thanks, dear. I think I'm trying to make up for all those years that we never had Dane give his teachers a gift. So it's teacher gift-a-palooza in our house now that we have an adult son, and I'm trying to make up for it. We had Domino's. Excuse me. How much pizza have you had? How much pizza can one person have? Okay. Pretty good. That bus is stinking adorable. So I'm going to take that one off and put it to the side and let it dry. We'll get another one. And I found I just stick this to my hand and I just kind of ease it on down to the bottom of the can cooler. I don't know which one we want to, I think. Let's do this best teacher ever. I think we'll just do it in white. I think maybe we could go. Let's do the crown in gold. If I can find my gold easy. You're attempting to answer the question of how much pizza is too much pizza? How much pizza can one person have? Okay, so I think I'm going to do the crown in gold. So I'm just using my little detail tool. It has the tiniest little squeegee at the top or at the other end of it. And I'm just squeegeeing on the gold. Onto the crown. Trying to clean up some of my mess here a little bit. I'm just going to wipe that off so I can reuse it. And then I'm going to get another multi-tool for the white. I'll try not to get it into my gold. Again, I'm using a light touch. And I'm just smoothing everything out, making sure I cover all of the silk screen, which has got some gold in my white, but that's okay. So now I'm just going to pull it off slowly. Oops. I'm just going to lay that there. So there's our best teacher ever. So I'm going to dry that one. Smear just slightly. Can't fix it. So we'll dry that one. So we'll pull that one off the sticky mat. Place that to the side. I'm just going to stick this in again. And I think I'm going to stick that down. I think we'll do this A+ that's up here at the top. I think we'll do another golden white. So I think I'll do the A+ in white. And then I'll do the burst around it, the outline in gold. So who was everyone's favorite teacher when they were in school? What grade? What was his or her name? I have to say, I think it's a toss-up. My first grade teacher in Sheridan Lake, Colorado, her name was Mrs. Reinert. And then funny thing is I had another Mrs. Reinert in Larned in 6th grade, but Mrs. Reinert in kindergarten was one of my favorite teachers. And I think it's a tie between her and then Miss Davidson, who got married halfway through the year, so ended up being Mrs. Schmidt. She was my 4th grade teacher. And she used to read the Chronicles of Narnia series to us. So we would read like a chapter every day. And we did that the whole year. And I think we got through the whole series. So that was she was one of my favorite teachers as well. I think it's pretty much a tie. Jason says, Mrs. Brule, journalism teacher from 7th to 9th grade. I know I've heard you talk about Mrs. Brule before. Or Brule? I think Mrs. Brule. So I'm just using the ink, the Couture ink from Couture on these neoprene can coolers. And that's the great thing about these transfers is you can use chalk paste, you can use the ink. They're very versatile transfers. There's that one. So we'll dry this one. There's that one. So I will let these dry overnight, and then I will carefully heat set them with a small iron that I have. I'll have to figure out what temp because I don't want to melt these can coolers. But I know people heat press them all the time, so I should be okay. I should. Okay. So I'm going to stick this to my hand again. And just guide it down into the bottom of that can cooler. And I think I'm going to use this globe next. And again, these are all on the Back to School Minis sheet, which is a size B 8.5 by 11 transfer. It is $14.99. And I can go in after the video and put a shopping link in the description of the video. And then you just click that shopping link and it will take you to a loaded cart. And you can add or subtract any products as you need if you already have some of the items. Or if you don't want to purchase all of the items right now, you can delete. You can always add. If you do add the Club Couture subscription, then you do get $4.95 shipping on any order outside of your club membership. So I am going to do this one in silver. I'm going to do the stand in silver. And I think I'm going to do the globe. I was going to use... Let's use... I don't think I can do a project without using Couture Teal. So we'll use silver on the stand, and I'm going to use my small squeegee end of the detail tool. Sorry if you can't see this, but trying not to be so messy, but it's kind of hard to get in there into that small area. Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm concentrating. Sorry, you can hear my ding-dong dogs. They bark at the air. Don't mind them. Who knows what they heard? Okay, so there's that. I'm going to close that up so I don't end up wearing it. I should probably close up all these other ones. So let's get Couture Teal out. It's my favorite color. They're barking at ninjas. Yes. They are barking at ninjas. Squirrel ninjas, rabbit ninjas, TV commercial ninjas. Animated animal ninjas on TV. Ooh, this is tricky. I'm gonna flip it up. There go the ninjas again. You think, oh, these little designs, they're going to be so cute and fast. They're so detailed, or there's not a lot of detail, but it's all so close together. Just can't get it in there. Here. There, I think I got it. Okay, I think I got that part. Okay, we have one more after this one. Okay, stack all that up. And let's remove this one. been forgetting to look at my hands. You do want to be careful when you're placing your hands on your surface when you're using ink, because if you have a stray spot of ink on your fingers, you will transfer it to your... I'm going to put that back down. It's probably not going to get lined up right. The silver didn't absorb through very well. I'm going to try and go over it again. We shall see. I may end up messing it up. Get some on the end. There we go. Let's see what that did. Okay, we'll see what happened. Hopefully I didn't mess it up. Okay. That's a little better. So there's the world, the globe. There's a few little spots where I didn't get enough ink, but I think it'll... We'll pull that one off, and we have one more. I can't decide whether to repeat one. I think I might see if I can repeat the apple again. I'm going to wash my hands, however. I have silver ink everywhere. I look like the Tin Man. I don't want to get that all over my projects. Okay, so last one. But maybe we'll do... I'm afraid that's not going to be sticky. Let's do... We'll do this light bulb. And we'll do gold and silver together. I've got silver glitter everywhere. Okay. So we're going to put silver on the little socket at the bottom. I'm going to try to saturate this part of the transfer with silver paste so that it gets through the silk screen. See if that'll work. Okay. So we'll put the silver away. Then we'll get the gold out. So I'm just using my multi-tool. Really try to flood that screen with ink without going over the edge like I almost did. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, wipe off the excess. Okay, so then we'll peel this last one off. Oh yeah, that works much better. I'm gonna lay it down here. We'll dry it. So pull out my mat. Put the backer sheet back on it. Put that away. Put the rest of my lids on so I don't spill those. Ink goobers. Okay, so then we've got all of our pen coolers over here. ready for teacher gifts. And I happen to have a little gift right here you could include, or you could put in a can of soda. So there you go. You've got your teacher gift all ready to go. Easy peasy. There you go. So again, I'm going to put a shopping cart link in the description of the videos when I'm all finished. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and message me. I will be live again on Friday, and it will be hashtag Friday giveaway night. So make sure you tune in so that you can be eligible for the giveaway. And I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I will see you Friday. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your week. See you.